Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is our Sunday edition of our leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am happy to invite you all to our amazing teaching by Coach Will Zanders. A quick trip to the newbie corner. So I wanted to stress when you get from my experience, when you get your 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 two. Okay, when you get your two, you're gonna know who your two are. I don't have my two yet. I have one. I don't have my two yet. But develop, do your best to let that relationship flow. You'll know because you'll have almost like the same kind of likes, the same drive, the same ambition. Like this morning, my I'm not going to name the person's name because they were like, don't say my name in the meetings, but okay, I won't. But um, the person called me this morning and they were like, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm about to, get my exercise in. We were talking about stuff. We were talking about this book, the book called, what is it? The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. So I had my iPad, we FaceTime, and we both listened to the the book while we both worked out. And I thought that was so cool. I'm like, hey, who else can you work out with your teammate and get your personal development in? So definitely definitely try to connect more with your team, your teammates, even if it's not somebody you enroll, connect with a teammate to do those types of things with. You never know what you can learn from someone, because I was talking to her about a issue that I was having with, I was feeling, as they say, some type of way. And she was like, that don't let that bother you. And she was like, that book, The Let Them Theory. And I said, I don't have the book yet. She's like, well, we can listen to it together. Listen to it together. I feel 100% better. Just things like that. You can grow together. Bring people that bring value to your team, that can help you grow, that can help you and give you great advice about things you might be struggling with. So, but definitely, connect with your team. So that's all I had to say about that. But now, I'd like to introduce to you our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He has an amazing, um, from what I've read, an amazing class tonight. So get your blue pens ready. Our multiple seven-figure earner that loves to have fun, that knows 100% of the information, is ready to teach you. Coach Will Zanders, are you ready, sir?
Miriam, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. Well, as y'all can see, I'm at a random, I had to pull over traveling this evening, but had to stop and do the call because we don't miss an opportunity. I look at this opportunity to coach and teach and help our team. I look at it as an opportunity, as a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege to be able to share knowledge with y'all. So I do have notes. So I'm going to hop off camera, knock these notes out, and I'm gonna do my best to keep the call under time, as we've been doing. Got a lot of good information to cover. And I just want to thank everybody who's on the call, because these are the individuals, less than 20% of people will ever get information or strive to acquire information that can help them be successful. You have an average of around 120 million people that are watching the Super Bowl right now. Some of y'all on this call are watching the Super Bowl right now, but at least you're on the call. You're trying to do something. There's over 120 million people that vote on average in presidential elections and take that time out of their day to go and do their, civic duty and this, that, and the third. But when it comes down to people, and we're not even talking about the $1 million right now, we're just talking about $140,000 a year. Okay, because that's what it takes in America, I read, to be in the top 10% of earners in America is $140,000 a year. And I don't want to make that number seem small because of the amount that myself and other people on the team have made. That's a lot of money for a lot of people. Ladies and gentlemen, there are less than 2 million people who make that type of money a year. Okay. So if you got 3 hours, 4 hours to set up for the Super Bowl and make a bunch of food and do all this type of stuff, to watch millionaires, to watch multimillionaires, to watch all the people that had money to pay 5 and 10,000, 20, some $30,000 for tickets to this game, and 120 million people got time, money, effort, and energy to do all that, and less than 2 million people make $140,000 a year. I want you to just think about that and pat yourself on the back. Now, if you're not a sports fan and you're not missing out on anything, okay. But if you like football and you enjoy sports like I enjoy sports, be they rigged or not, it's a sacrifice to take that time out of your evening, out of your day, to do your best to be in the apparently very, very small number of people who make anything remotely significant in the terms of income. And it takes effort. All right. Now, tonight, we're going to be talking about something in the principle. I want to thank Miriam for keeping the main thing the main thing. She was talking about her team and her two, and now she has one person. We got to get one more person locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's supposed to work. It's by design. It's by intention. Okay. When I say spending time with your people, this is a question that one of my mentors asked me, and I was talking, man, I think I got my leaders. I think I got 2 or 3 people that's really ready to rock. He said, look, this is what he told me. He said, what color is the carpet in their living room? I didn't really know. I was like, ooh. I mean, I ain't been to their house, and I'm like, oh, okay. He said, you ain't got them. You don't understand the nature of relationship yet. You don't understand the direct correlation between relationship and retention. You don't understand the relationship between, you don't understand the correlation between relationship and residual income. He said, you just don't understand it yet. He said, how many children do they have? He said, what's their birthday? What's their zodiac sign? What's their favorite food? I was like, all right, I get it. And when you get it to that level, you're not learning this information because it's something that, oh, this will make this person think I really feel like no, they need to be your friend like that in real life. In real life. Look, I know the sponsor, I know that you locked into the business instead of a third. I know that you live 4 hours away from, I know that you live 8 hours away from me. You know, can we have lunch? Can we have lunch? I just want to meet. We've been talking on the computer for a year. We this, that, and the third. I just want to meet. I just want to get to know you better as a person, because this business is something we're going to be doing, okay, for 5 or 10 years. We are going to make so much money and give our families the life that they wanted. And let's go over our list of 20 reasons together, because you're a person I think is very special. And this is the thing here. I'm not going to let you fail. I am not going to let you fail. Okay, so just understand there is a relationship, a correlation between relationship and retention and residual income. I'm gonna tell you this, write it down. If you gotta hop off the call, if you don't get nothing else but this, it'll be worth it for you. Okay, please write this down. Get a pen out. Let me know when y'all look. Put in the chat. Let me know when y'all got y'all pens out and ready. Let me see. Okay, here you go. Here you go. It is not all about getting them in. At a certain level, it is about keeping them in. It is not all about getting them in. At a certain level, it is about keeping them in. Ladies and gentlemen, we tell you all the time how to get them in. We tell you all the time how to recruit. We tell you all the time how to get samples into the marketplace to create customers. How many times do we actually tell you, or anybody tell you, it's about retention? It's about keeping them in. I don't care if you're a double, quadruple, triple, diamond, ruby commander and you sponsor 160 people a month. In 5 years, where is your business and where are those people? Okay, it's about keeping them in. And I'm gonna give you some numbers tonight. I had to get Paula on the phone to get some numbers earlier because I was determined to give you information tonight you would be very glad that you missed the Super Bowl if you got this call. Kid you not. Okay. Now here's what you got to understand. We're going to talk about retention, but let's talk about this. The 5 types of people that you need to avoid in your business. And this is not a joke. This is serious. There are 5 types of people that will cripple and hamstring your business without you even realizing it, because at least they're in your business. But they are, as important as retention is, I got to tell you, because we're going to talk about how to keep people in the business tonight. I got to tell you what people you don't want in your business. There are 5 types of people you got to get out your prospect list. And if you can, without going to jail, get them out your team. Just turn the water off. Turn their water off. They will ruin your business and they will infect, hear me clearly, they will infect the good people you have. These people will either on purpose or accidentally infect the good people you have, and you lose your whole team. You can't figure out why, because you didn't do nothing wrong. Okay? So it's not about getting them in. That's important, sure. It's really about keeping them in, because you can't have long-term residual income without a team that stays put. You don't want to be recruiting 160 people a month, fighting on a leaderboard every month for the rest of your career. That's crazy. That's a job. That's a job. I get excited when Coach Marcus hits ranks and when he makes money every single day, and I don't have to see him, myself, or anybody else. If we're on a leaderboard, it's just cause it ain't nothing we really striving to do, because we've built it, and you're gonna have to build it. You can't escape it. I don't care how talented you are. You can't escape the build. Okay. So success in network marketing requires more than just skills and strategy and great products and recruiting. It's going to demand the right mindset and the right environment. I'm going to tell you, Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20 says this: walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Okay, you listen, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. And that verse is going to teach you that the people you surround yourself with can either elevate you or pull you down. So this is the number one first type of person you have to avoid in your business. This is not even up for debate. They are called complainers. Ladies and gentlemen, there is literally a warning. There's so many warnings in the Bible and every great spiritual text about complainers. The children of Israel should have had a 3-day journey to the promised land, but because they complained and grumbled so relentlessly, not only did Moses never make it into the promised land, let me just tell you, a lot of people don't know that. Moses got to look at the promised land. He never got to go into it. And it was because the complaining and constant grumbling of the children of Israel wore him out. That is a fact. Okay? So Philippians says this. The book of Philippians says this: do everything without grumbling or arguing. Okay? That's the only part of the verse you need to hear right now. Do everything without grumbling or arguing. All right? Just understand that. Complainers are going to drain your energy and focus. Complainers are always going to find something to be unhappy about. And here's the thing about complainers: they are never going to take responsibility for their failure or success. Okay. And in network marketing, you need a solutions-oriented mindset. You don't need a complaining spirit. All right. You got to stay away from people who spread negativity and complaining. And you got to find those that speak with faith and gratitude and action. Okay, you got to talk to those people. You got to really be around those people. When some, like if there's a rep and I know that they're a complainer, okay, I just know that they're a complainer. All right, they just fire complainers, right? I'm gonna stop answering their calls. That's true. Let me tell you the second thing I'm gonna do. Oh, and shout out to Sydney Brown's son Colton. It's his birthday today. Just FYI. So if she's on the call, which I see she is, somebody just direct messaged me in Zoom, said Sydney's back. Yeah, she's back. But it's her son's birthday, so I'm trying to get this done. Okay. Now here's the thing, and this is a leadership thing. Okay, take this to heart. When a person just constantly complains, that's what they do. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you what I do. You don't have to do this. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I stop answering their calls, number one. They will sometimes take the complaining over to Facebook Messenger. At that point, I won't delete them as a friend. I mean, they're cool, you know, but I will turn off the read receipts on their Facebook messages, and I will move them to the archive folder. I will never see a single message they ever. Once a person is just complaining to me about people, complaining about y'all, telling me how wild some of y'all acting, and oh, well, they doing this, that guy. All right, buddy. Okay. They are in the archive folder right now, and they're not on the call because they don't get on calls. They don't even know they're in the archive folder. If they don't come to an event, I'm gonna tell you, I will never see them again in life. That's just how it happens. And eventually They'll either quit or change. Okay, that's me. That's the best advice I can give you. Now here's something very interesting, because y'all know I'm a fan of all spiritual texts, and I often talk about the similarities between the Bible and the Quran. And this is something very interesting. In the book, it's called the Surah of Yusuf, and that's going to be the same Joseph that's in the Bible, by the way. And this is going to be 1286 from the Surah Yusuf. Okay, just hear me out. And this is Joseph speaking about the death of his son. This is Jacob. Now, listen, there's a lot of people don't understand how interrelated and how beautiful our spiritual traditions are in this world. Okay. Now, Yusuf in the Quran, okay, is Joseph. All right. Now, in this book, chapter 12, verse 86, hear me out. Jacob, who in Hebrew is Jacob, is speaking about the death of his son Joseph. Now, this is the same Joseph and Jacob that are in what Christians refer to as the Bible. It's the same two guys. A lot of people have no idea how close we all really are, because you don't get to know people. That's on you. You only listen to the news. You don't know any real Christians. Some of you don't know any real Muslims. You just don't know people. You don't know your people. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you what it says. Here, this is what Jacob, who became known as Israel later, this is what he said. He said, I only complain of my suffering and my grief to Allah, who is God. And I know from Allah that which you do not know. That is what the prophet said. He said, I only complain of my suffering and grief to God. Nobody else need to hear about my suffering and grief. Okay, so just understand, ladies and gentlemen, that no matter what spiritual or even atheistic, complaining is never going to help you. It's only going to hurt you. And every great person in the history of the world. Look, Miriam said that's her favorite. That's her favorite. Look, that's one of my favorite too. People don't know I be reading our books. Now they don't know. Okay. But you got to study your people. Okay. And where you come from. All right. Complaining is never going to help you. Let's move on to number 2. We could do a whole call on complainers, but put a 1 in the chat if you understand. You got to get them complainers off your life. Scratch them off your list. Scratch them off your list. Just trust me. They don't need what you have right now. Scratch them off your list. They're only going to stress you out. It's okay to scratch. Will, I thought if I could just one person to join, let them go, baby. It's okay. Let them go. Let them go. All right. Number 2, second type of person you got to avoid if you want your business to grow fast, because it's better for you, instead of qualifying people, because it takes a long time to get to know a prospect. You should get to know your team, okay, if possible, in person at events. But but your prospects, you don't have time to get to know all your hundreds and hundreds or dozens and dozens of thousands of prospects. You can disqualify them as fast as you can using these 5 types of people to get rid of, and all you'll have left is great people. Okay, so the second type of person you got to avoid are going to be fear mongers. Fear mongers. And listen, let me tell you, we've all been this person. All right, let me just be very clear. Now, here's the warning that the Bible gives us in 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. It says this: for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Okay, God has not given us a spirit of fear. So if you got a spirit of fear, I'm not calling nobody out. If you got a spirit of fear, where do you think that come from? Where do you think that come from? If you got a spirit of fear, oh Lord, it's about to be a bad year. Well, you ain't gonna make no money. You're too scared. But where does it come from? Yeah, Satan is called in the Bible. The Bible refers to Satan as the adversary, and it can be any adversary you want. But yeah, Satan is typically the guy. But the actual word, literally, they call him the adversary. It can be any adversary. Sometimes the news you have an adversary relationship with the news, but you addicted to it. You have never met these politicians ever, none of them. You never met them, and you probably never will. And guess what? You give them more power, authority, and your attention more than some of y'all give y'all spouse. All right, we're going to move on because y'all don't like that. We're going to move on. So here we go. Fear mongers. I had to listen. I'm not telling you this to mess with y'all. I'm telling you real life. I had to get on my dad. I will never, ever be disrespectful to my father. I love this man. But I had to have a conversation with him one day because he was so caught up in the election fear and this, that, or a third about elections and politics. I had to sit this man down. I said, Dad, when last time you asked mom A, B, or C? When last time y'all been to dinner? But you be locked in on this CNN, Fox TV. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta really watch that fear monger stuff, because the fear monger people are going to spread doubt and anxiety. They always worrying about what could go wrong and paralyze themselves. So if I got to talk to my own family about it, that I love them, love, okay? That then at a deep core level, listen, if I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't even talk to you about it. I would be like every other network marketing coach, whatever, blah, blah, you want to call it, whatever title's hot right now in the streets. And I would never tell y'all about nothing complicated or nothing that'll agitate you, but I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for your business. Okay. If you paralyze yourself with fear, if you let your fear seep deep into your mind and your spirit, you're going to hesitate to take action. Okay. So instead, be motivated, build your business with faith and confidence. And listen, building your business has never been more possible or more relevant than today. Let's move on to number 3. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand fear ain't for nobody you want to be around. And put a 1 in the chat if complaining don't want to be, you don't need to be around no complainers and old scary old people. Okay. And you don't want to be around that. Number 3, you only got 5. Number 3. Now listen, you got to really avoid these people, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be category number 3, realistic people. Realistic, you got to avoid realistic people. God dog it. If you ain't got to avoid, listen, you're supposed to be walking in faith and confidence. Okay. And faith is evidence of things unseen. Just understand that. Okay. You realistic people, they going to always play it safe and they only rely on what they can see. They won't understand or see the vision you have for your life and your business. The things on your 20 reasons why list that you need to reacquaint yourself with on a daily basis, especially your top 4, realistic people don't even have a list. Okay, because faith and belief and confidence is about seeing beyond the present reality and step into what God has for you that you can't see yet, but you can start to feel it. And when you feel it, you're going to start to act a certain way. Okay. The greatest business leaders, innovators, and network marketers have always had to believe in something before they saw it. And this is why the Bible tells us to walk by faith and not by sight. If you want big results, you need big faith. You don't need big realism. And realistic people being around you too much and you being around them too much and trying to fit in with realistic people that are watching the Super Bowl right now and they don't make $140,000 a year minimum, much less millions. They don't make 140. So then you know they ain't making millions, but they watching that Super Bowl. That's realistic. They're going to go to work tomorrow. That's realistic. If you got a job and you got to go to work tomorrow, let that motivate you. Please write that down to yourself and say, look, man, I tell you what, I might have to go to work the Monday after the Super Bowl in 2025. But I can tell you what, I will not have to go to work the Monday after the Super Bowl in 2026. This is just a year when I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being realistic. Where has being realistic gotten you or them? Where has being realistic got you or any other realistic person? And here's the thing. Realistic people have been the #1 killer of network marketing dreams for over 100 years. Over 100 years. There's always been that family member or that neighbor or that spouse or that friend or that coworker telling you, don't worry about it. You can't do it. That ain't going to work. That's not going to work. Focus on this job. Look, the boss at the job, the CEO, they're at the Super Bowl right now. They're at the Super Bowl right now. They took off the whole week. They family and kids and everybody else there. Why? Because they're not realistic. But they're telling you got to be why, because they got to keep the job going. I'm telling you, you don't need to be realistic unless you want to live a life that is not extraordinary in any way, shape, or form. Go ahead and be realistic, y'all. Go ahead and if that's what you want to do, go be realistic. Number 4, the the number 4 type of person you better avoid, and I mean better avoid. Okay. Is going to be unlucky people. Golly, these poor souls, unlucky people. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, and ain't no rhyme or reason for people being unlucky. I don't be trying to figure it out. Y'all ever been around somebody who they don't even be complaining per se? This is a different category of person. Although an unlucky person might complain all the time. But here's the point. You ever been around somebody just don't nothing ever go right for them ever? And I mean ever. I mean ever. If somebody getting cheated on, it's them. If somebody did a job and didn't get paid for it, it's them. Oh, look, Marceline said they're playing victim. They ain't playing victim. They really are. I get it. My heart go out to them. But you can't be, yeah, look, bad luck up rock from the Flintstones. Marcus, we old enough to remember that. Okay. You have to avoid unlucky people like the plague because it's infectious. They the ones that always they got a flat tire. Look, they always need something. Look, I'm a little short on this bit. They unlucky people is something else. Something bad always happen to them. The bad breaks, misfortunes, obstacles. Now listen, and listen, I'm a believer in luck. I do believe in luck. Because well, how you believe in luck? You read the Bible, you believe in God. How you believe in luck? Because Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived before he fell off, Solomon said time and chance play a part in all things. Time and chance. Sometimes this is wrong place, wrong time. That's a real spiritual concept. Wrong place, wrong time. Time and sometimes you're just lucky. Sometimes you're at the right Circle K when you buy that Powerball ticket. It's what it is. Okay, it's just what it is. Now, if someone is constantly unlucky, their circumstances and failures is always happening. They even blaming people, even if they're taking personal responsibility. I'm just unlucky. Don't nothing good ever happen to me. Ladies and gentlemen, let them go. They gonna quit your business anyway. I hate to break it to you. They're not gonna tell you, but their auto ship gonna be the first one to turn off. Because something always breaking around their house. Listen. God orders the steps of the righteous. The righteous. Okay. So focus on obedience, diligence, and faith, and luck will take care of itself. But do me a favor. Listen, and I don't have all the answers. I don't know why some people just be unlucky their whole life, but I can tell you the negative effect it'll have on your network marketing business and on your life if you keep them around too long. Leave them people alone. A lot of times they'll do you a favor. A lot of times they will tell you on their social media posts everything going wrong with them. Ladies and gentlemen, stay from around them people. Now, let me give you number 5. The 5th type of person you got to avoid, get them off your team, get them off your prospect list. Some of y'all don't have big enough teams to even know these people yet. Get them off your prospect list, because if they get in your team and they there too long, they're gonna mess it up for everybody. Before I tell you this 5th category of person, do me a favor. Put in the chat, if you come into Orlando, it's only for people who come into Orlando. These are only for people who are coming to Orlando in person. Who are you looking, and don't use, I'm not me, okay? Who are you looking forward to meeting the most that you haven't met yet? For my people coming to Orlando, who are you looking forward to meeting the most that you haven't met in person yet? Let me see who's on the call coming to Orlando. Or even if Sydney and Karen have never met. They're gonna meet for the first time in Orlando. Because he must say Michael Demps in the building. Michael Demps gonna be in Orlando. Yeah, put in there. Who are you looking forward to meeting the first? Look, Jessica, yeah, or somebody who you want them to meet, or who you've met before, who you looking forward to meeting. Anthony Stone says she can't wait to meet Jessica's husband. Me either. Felicia has never met Katrina King. She's gonna meet Katrina King for the first time. Tanya said there's too many people. Tanya's too many. Susan has never met Tiara Moore. That's crazy. That's gonna be so much fun. Miriam, you never met Felicia? Oh Lord. See, I'm lucky. I met all you jokers. I know y'all, except for Karen. She knew. Yeah, who y'all want to meet again? Yeah, Lynn said the newbies. Greta's husband, I can tell you, Greta's husband is awesome. I got a chance to meet him in Vermont. Okay. Oh, Special K. Who is Special K? She said she never met Twyla. I met Twyla. Twyla's awesome. She's awesome. All right, cool. So here's the point. Y'all are going to have a blast, ladies and gentlemen out there. Let me give you the number 5. I can't wait to see you jokers, by the way. I can't wait to see y'all. We got some trainings for y'all tail in Orlando. All right, here we go. Number 5 category of person. Okay. Unhappy people. Unhappy people. Proverbs chapter 17 says, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unhappy people are going to bring down the atmosphere. Okay, this is a very, very dangerous category because their negative energy is contagious. And here's the funny part. If you know some unhappy people, okay, they don't even be unhealthy. They be unhappy. You can be around unhealthy people because we're trying to get them healthy. You don't need to be around unhappy people. Their negative energy is contagious, and they always find reasons to stay miserable. All right? Because network marketing, I'm going to tell you, success in network marketing, it's going to require hard work. We know this, but it's going to require joy. It's going to require enthusiasm. It's going to require belief. Listen, if you're around people who are always unhappy, that spirit is going to infect you. It's going to infect your business. Okay, you have to surround yourself with people who speak life and gratitude and vision into their future in those years. Okay, so just understand. Here's our final takeaway from this. I'm gonna give y'all some statistics and stuff. I was talking to Paula earlier, but let me give you this final takeaway. Okay, write these 3 words down, put a period after it, and then underline it a couple of times. Okay, write these next 3 words down, put a period after it, and underline it a couple of times. These few words: protect your atmosphere. Protect your atmosphere. Okay? Protect your atmosphere. Period. Point blank. Underline it. Write it down. Remember it forever. Okay? Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23 tells us to guard our hearts and our minds. You have to protect your heart. You have to protect your subconscious mind. Notice it says minds, plural. It doesn't say protect your mind. It says protect your minds. Okay? You have to protect your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to protect your subconscious mind. You got to protect your conscious mind. All right? Let me give you one from the Surah Imran. Okay? Imran. Chapter 3, verse 8 from the Quran. Our Lord, let not our hearts deviate after you have guided us, and grant us mercy from yourself. Indeed, you, talking about Allah, talking about God, okay? You are the bestower. Bestower with a capital B, bestower. And that's from Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 8. Okay, it says, do not let our hearts deviate after you have guided us. After God guides you and gives you a vision and gives you instructions to get to somewhere and do something, do not let your heart deviate. These 5 types of people will help you deviate from the purpose and the dreams that God put on your heart. You cannot let your heart deviate after what God has guided you toward. Okay, and then it says, and grant us mercy from yourself. Indeed, you want to bestow. Because we have a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm being honest, we've allowed ourselves to deviate. We've allowed ourselves to be distracted and led astray from what we're supposed to be trying to do, but God will grant us mercy. Okay, and I know we have a lot of our family as well who are going to be Indian. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, you got to meet them in person. And you know, they're Indian and they're very big in our Indian scriptures. There's one from, and this is the same, there's one from the Mundaka Upanishad. All right, and it says this verse: the heart must be tranquil as the mind to achieve liberation. The heart must be tranquil as the mind to achieve liberation. What does that mean? It means that it emphasizes the need for tranquility, for a peaceful mind to attain true freedom. Okay? To attain true freedom, you have to have a tranquil, peaceful mind. You cannot have a peaceful mind with a bunch of unhappy, unlucky, complaining, realistic type people around you. It won't work. It won't work. Okay? Your business success is going to depend not just on what you do, but who you surround yourself with. Okay? It's your business success and network marketing is going to depend not just on what you do, but on who you surround yourself with. Okay? So I'm gonna ask you this question. We're gonna get to some stats and wrap up the call. I'm gonna ask you this. Which of those 5 types of people do you need to remove from your circle today? Okay? Today. No, you don't have to explain it to them. Today. When you cut them off because you're going somewhere big with your life, guess what? They're gonna just compete. They're gonna complain about you leaving. This is gonna be one more thing to complain about. Oh, I'm lucky. I don't never have no friends. They just gonna keep complaining about it. Or better yet, what people do you need to delete from your life or from your prospect list in order to fast track your success? If you really love them, you can double back to them after you're rich. I promise. You can double back to them. It's hard to be unhappy in Hawaii. I hate to tell you, if you got people you really love in your life, look, get them some first class tickets, and y'all all fly to Hawaii. Go to Maui first. That's the first island you should visit in Hawaii, Maui. I love Maui. It's my home away from home. I love it. It's hard. Ask MJ. She'll tell you. It's hard to complain when you over there. It is hard to be unhappy when you in Maui. I don't know what to. They got one season, and it's like this combination of spring, summer at the same time. It's all they got. No matter what month you go, it is fascinating. It's hard to be unlucky when you're in Hawaii on the beach. It's hard. Okay. So build your business, be successful, and then double back and scoop up your unlucky, unhappy friends if you want to. But get rich first, because they'll just slow you down You'll all be broke. Okay. And I'm gonna share with you a little bit about the journey, tell you a story. And this is it when I was first starting out in network marketing. A lot of people don't know I had a good first 2 weeks. A lot of people don't know that I had a real good first 2 weeks. But then my next couple months was absolute trash. In Spanish, it's basura. My next couple of weeks was basura. It was trash. My next couple of months in network marketing was trash. Next 3, almost 4 months was trash. And no matter what I was doing, and just tell me if this feels like you, because this was me. Okay. This was me. Kid you not. Very transparent. Kid you not. I felt like I was spinning my wheels. No matter what I tried, no matter what I did, no matter what books I was reading, my progress was minimal. And then looking back, 12 years back, looking back in time, I realized a big part of the problem was the company I kept. Because at the time, as a broke cop who was divorced at the time, living check to check, I was around complainers every day at work. They were complaining about everything. Life was too tough, business too tough, network marketing would definitely be too tough. I was around fear mongers. They were scared of every single political thing, everything. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. And I hate to tell you, I used to believe that stuff 12 years ago. I used to believe that stuff. But guess what? The sky never fell. But I was scared just like they were, because I was around them. I was around realists. People who were literally telling me that, man, this cop job, look, we only got 20 more years. Bro, don't do network marketing. Stay here. Look, we could get promoted. We could do this. Look, we only got 20 more years. We could retire. We only got 20 more years, and we could retire off 30% of the money that wasn't enough today. Interesting. Okay. I was around unlucky people. Boy, you want to work in law enforcement if you ever want to be around some unlucky people. I don't care if it's victims. You'll see the same victim 3 times in the same month for the same thing. Like, God, dog, sir, ma'am, you can't win for losing. That's what my mom used to say. You can't win for losing. I was around energy vampires. Look, I didn't see it then. That's the problem. But those interactions were seriously messing with my mindset. Okay. And my network marketing confidence, I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever said this on the call. My confidence in network marketing took a hit. Okay. My belief in my success was wavering. I never was going to quit, but my belief was rocked. And it showed in my results. And I didn't know it was because of the people I was around. God, dog, I didn't understand. 1 or 2 of them was on my team. I didn't even know. Or I mean, my team of like 8 people. But that's when I really mixed it up. And I'm gonna tell you how bad I was. They used to have events in my network marketing company, and my mentor, who had made millions and millions of dollars at the time, right? One of my mentors, her name was Jessica. She would say, "Will, you got to go to the event." That's funny. Her name was Jessica too. Will, you got to go to this event. I don't want to hear nothing. You got to go to this event. You got to look. Charlotte said, you got to try being a drill sergeant. You gotta definitely. Okay, definitely. I love the Earth is flat people. Don't get me started on them. I love them. They smart. They smart. Just trust me. They smart. Smarter than you think. All right. But you got to see the world to understand that. You got to really travel to see what you got to see. Well, getting back to it. I wouldn't go to no events because I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time, work, this, that, or a third. And I had 100 good excuses about why I was never going to no events. These events was far, far away. I mean, like far, 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 far away, right? And being you divorced when you're single, you don't have no money because it's only one income coming in, but you got the same bills and the money and you got to spend and everything. And I decided to shake it up and go to an event because I didn't really have no choice. I'm gonna just be honest, I didn't have no choice. And when I got to that event, it was in Salt Lake City, Utah. I didn't have the money to go, so I got my little crew together. I got pictures of this battle. This is a real thing. It really happened. Yusef Willoughby was there. We rented a van, but I didn't have the money to rent a van. I told people, hey, if y'all want to go to the event, everybody could put in like $25 and we will rent a van and just give me the money. I got to put it on my card. And I didn't have a credit card back then. So I had to, it was either my mom or somebody on our team who had a card, and we had to get the credit card in their name. Nobody knows this. First time I'm ever telling this story, I think, because I'm telling it, remembering the details as I go. And I had to because you needed a credit card to rent a car back then. I was broke. Y'all don't understand. I've been homeless twice already. Y'all don't understand how broke I was. Y'all be talking, y'all broke. Y'all don't know broke. You don't know it. You think you know it. You don't know it. And we got the van, and it was a 15-passenger van, and we had like 13 people was gonna come. We was picking them up on the way, driving from New Orleans to Lake Charles, picking people up along the way to go who had put in $25 or maybe $40, whatever it was enough to have the van for a couple of days. So we couldn't even stay long because we had to drive back. It's a 3-day drive, give or take. And everybody's thing was everybody was responsible to bring one small change of clothes. We didn't have a lot of room in the van. and everybody had to fill up the tank one time. Okay, so the gas was a lot cheaper back then. Everybody had to fill up the tank one time. That was the thing. Everybody had to do a fill up, and we would get there. So we get the van, we drive cross country, and instead of taking 3 days, we didn't have hotel money, no way. We had enough hotel money for, and event tickets to this event were like 140, maybe $200, something like that. We didn't have none of this type of money, but we paid it. They wasn't like our events where you can kind of just, they're affordable, and it wasn't none of that. And we drive the van, we drive in cross country. Yusef Willoughby was there. He can attest to everything I'm saying. And we drove from Louisiana to New Mexico. We stopped in New Mexico. We drove straight, stopped in New Mexico. We stayed at a hotel. And between the two of us, there was a dude with us. He's not even with the team no more. One of the few people that's not still with us. A lot of these people still with us, by the way. And he talked to this motel manager. And motel manager had some rooms, and the rooms were like $100 a night. We didn't have that. We had $100 total in spending money because we had to eat, right? And we got a 2 rooms, and it was 7 dudes in one room or 8 dudes in one room, and the ladies that went with us had a room. And it was all the ladies in one room, and with one room, one bed, one room. And then I wasn't never over in their room, but I was in our room. And the fellas, it was 8 of us. I think 7 or 8 of us at least. We were sleeping on the floor. I had the bed. Yusef was sleeping with his head in the other direction on the bed. With my cousins, we were like, cool, we'll take the bed. We cool, right? Ain't no big deal. That's my cousin, right? Other homies were sleeping on the floor. We ain't had no blankets. It was so bad. And we got up the next day and we drove another, I guess, 12 hours straight to get to the event. And I'm gonna tell you right now, walking to that event, all right? I'm gonna tell you right now, walking to that event was like a breath of fresh air. It was electric. It was electric, okay? Instead of hearing why things wouldn't work, let me tell you what I heard. I was surrounded by go-getters. I was surrounded by people I didn't even know who were making it happen. Seasoned mentors were there, $1 million earners, 6-figure earners were there, dreamers were there, leaders were there, winners were there, and everybody was telling me what I needed to do. And this is the most important part. I don't remember a lot of what they told me what I needed to do. It was more so me being around them and in there. I don't remember a lot of the technical stuff they shared. Let me tell you what I got out that boot camp. Kid you not. I just developed a feeling that it could happen for me because it happened for so many other people. Dozens and dozens and probably hundreds. That was a bigger company. So probably a couple hundreds of people that was 6-figure earners at that point. Now, it was bananas because it was what I felt I could do now, even though I really didn't know how to do it. And I have never, ever, 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 ever missed an event since then that I qualified to attend ever. So I started associating myself and surrounding myself with successful people. And now it's your turn. It's your turn to surround yourself with winners, especially if you're coming in person. I got 4 or 5 people. They just decided last minute. They're like, well, we got to come to the event. We getting our tickets right now. We got to come. We got to come. We can't afford it. We got to come. Okay. It was just this week. So it's going to be, they coming. Y'all need to come if you can and step into the environment because success is out there waiting for you, but you can't be a realistic person. Realistic people don't go to events. Kenya went to an event. Kenya came back, diamond. Seymour been in network marketing. Seymour went to the event. Seymour something just clicked in his head. He came back diamond. He said, man, I ain't coming back to another event unless I'm diamond. Nakia was at the last event. I love Nakia to death. Nakia didn't say it. I just saw it. She was like, wait a minute. How are these people? Nakia, diamond. She going to be there, diamond. Miss Charlotte went to an event. She just never quit. Miss Charlotte, she ain't missed no events. Miss Charlotte, look, went to an event, came back, diamond. And in between the next event, guess what? 100K. Just understand that. A lot of people don't know Chelsea, but Chelsea's like a 50K or 100K earner. But Megan Devi, a lot of y'all don't know Megan in person. Okay, I'm one of the very few people that's actually met Megan Devi in person. Why? Because Megan Devi came to our Orlando. She told me she came to our Orlando event a couple years back, and Megan said, "Well, I already know how to do network marketing. I'm super successful in network marketing. I know what I'm doing. The problem is I don't trust any company after how dirty my last company did me. I need to trust this company. I need to know that I can build this company around a product and the company not gonna close." And Megan, come to the event. You'll meet everybody you need to meet, see everybody you need to see, and you'll know. And she ain't looked back since. She done made like $250,000. Coach Tina, the same thing. A lot of y'all have never met. If you didn't come to an event, you've never met Coach Tina in person. I can tell you that. If you've never come to an event, you've never met her in person. She's been to several events. I don't think she'll be at this one because they just bought they just built a new house with the money she made. Now Tina came. Tina said, man, I know how to build. I just need to know the particulars of how to build here. I just need to come to an event and get that done. She came to the event. The event was in Houston, Texas. Met Tina for the first time. That's when everybody met Coach Tina the first time. I knew she was the real deal. And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. We're gonna close this call. Okay. So if you want to really get it, you want to really get after it. I'm not gonna tell you don't come and be realistic. I know some people that are catching a bus, a Greyhound, to the event. I'm not gonna tell you who they are, but they already told me. They said, man, we can't not come. I said, man, I respect that so much. Just come. Just come. Just trust me. Just come. Okay. This is what I'm gonna close the call with. I was talking to Paula about this earlier. Retention rates in network marketing, ladies and gentlemen, are terrible. And how many people know this is why people look at our business? So yeah, numbers from Paula coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. Put in the chat if you know network marketing retention is not good. Laura McDonald cannot wait to meet Laura McDonald. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all the numbers right now. And this is not just from Paula. Paula gave me some other numbers. These numbers are from Business from Home magazine, because I was in it twice, and from Home Business Advertiser, because I've been in there a couple times. All right. So I'm gonna just say these are from industry respected publications. And this is what it is. Network marketing on a yearly basis only keep between 15 to 20% of their distributors and customers. And what does that mean? It means out of every 1,000 distributors or customers, only 150 to 200 remain active ordering product or building a business after a year. That's just 15 to 20%. That's high. Now, when you continue to do the research over the entire first year, if you take out the customers and just look at just the reps, just the business builders, ladies and gentlemen, over 50%, roughly 50% are going to be gone within a year. How are you ever supposed to make 100 grand a year if you're not even in the business 1 year? Okay, but that's 50% of your team is going to be gone, according to industry numbers. Over a 5-year period, this is the scariest number in network marketing. This is the scariest number. And that retention, when it's 15 to 20%, okay? Yeah, 50% for reps, gone. That's people that's trying to make money. They gone. 6 months out of here. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, here's the scariest number in network marketing. Over a 5-year period. What is that, like 60 months or something like that? 60 months over a 5-year period, network marketing attrition amongst customers and distributors is 90%, with only 10% remaining active. I'm gonna say that again. Over a 5-year period, at any network marketing industry average you want to look for a study, the attrition rate is 90%. That's only 10% of people remaining active in the business. And these are people who joined because they wanted to generate wealth for their family. People who joined because they wanted to, retire their spouse. People who joined because they want to live a life that they feel God laid this dream on their heart for, a life that's bigger than what the place they grew up in. Listen, that 90% of people are gone within 5 years. Okay, look, that includes people who make $100,000 a year or more. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in. Attrition is literally 90% after 5 years, and that includes, I know millionaires who have made over $100,000 a month. I know several who are no longer in network marketing at all in any capacity. They might buy a product every now and again. That is the industry numbers. Now, that's bad. Look, that's bad news. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give y'all what it is. That's bad news. Now here's some good news. Here's some good news. At HBN, and go to Sana, we're still relatively new building it, but at HBN and the Green Organics family companies, but this is going to be majority HBN because we've had longer to study the numbers. This is from Paula. We were crunching numbers today. She didn't even know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the retention at our company over the 5 years, well, almost 6 years since Coach Marcus and Coach Kim been here, our retention at the Green Organics family of companies, 75%. 75% of our customers and distributors who were here 6 years ago when Coach Marcus got here are still ordering, still here. You might know 1 or 2 people who gone in here no more, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, me and Coach Marcus been seeing roughly the same people since 2020. If you've been here longer than 3 years, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here longer than 3 years, put a 1 in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Every single one of these people is a beyond. Listen, that's top of the food chain because it takes that amount of time. If you've been here longer than 1 year, put a one in the chat. Let me see now. Who been longer than a year? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it takes. Y'all got something special here, but until you hear the numbers, you don't know it. You don't know that our company is 75% retention rate when the industry average over that same time period is 10%. You don't know that, but you know now. You know now. I don't trust network marketing companies that ain't been out 5 years. I don't even trust a team that ain't been around longer than 5 years because I know what the numbers are. I'm not stupid. I know how to do math. Now, here's the thing. Events are the secret sauce to retention because serious people come. Now, imagine if I said you could be a diamond if you come to 3 events. And look, if you want to be a 100K earner, come to 4. I'm going to say that again. If you want to be a diamond, come to 3 events. And we only got like 3 a year, 2 a year, 3 a year. So you better get to the ones you can get to. Imagine if there ain't a single diamond on this call ain't been to an event. Ain't one. If I say, look, if you could be a diamond, if you come to 3 events and you want to be a 100K earner, then come to 4. It's just a thing. Don't worry about how to get there. Just don't worry about what we just get there. Just watch. All right. And we'll close with this. I know we're right out of time. We're going to close. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent $20,000 on my way to make my first $100,000 in network marketing. I spent $20,000 I had to invest in my business. Kenya is so good about teaching about that. But I had to invest in my business. I had to spend $20,000 on my way to make my first $100,000. It is what it is. A lot of people can't tell you that because they didn't keep track and they never made that type of money. Now listen, that's the word there. I spent 20 grand on my way to my first 100. That's just what we call the truth. Okay? Let me give you another number for my people who've already made that type of money. And this ain't no spending. I lost 100,000 on my way to my first million. I ain't spend it personally. I lost it. Just bad decision. Just couldn't figure it out how to get to another level. I didn't spend 100,000 on my way. I definitely spent it, but I lost 100,000 on my way to my first million. Okay, so you talking about? Oh, I ain't got $97 for a ticket. I ain't got $100 for a plane. We not even talk. Oh Lord, I lost 100,000. I've lost more money than some of you have made, and that's just on the way to my first million. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this: the bigger your goals, the more expensive the lessons. Okay, and now write this last thing down. The call is closed. We done. Write this down. Last thing I'm gonna tell you, and y'all free to go enjoy your evening. Write this down, please. When thinking about what I just said, the money you may spend, the money you may lose, just hear me out. It's not a loss. It's the price of tuition. Write that down. The money I spend, the money I invest, the money I lose. Listen, it's not a loss. It's the price of tuition. And that's the truth. I don't know how else to put it to you. Look, Coach Marcus say he went bankrupt in 2009. And now that young man has made, at this point, over $5 million in network marketing commissions. You can't, bro, they don't know how broke we was. They don't know. It's okay. It's okay. We still love you. Y'all don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the call for tonight, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in so much. I'm sorry we ended on time, but I'm sorry we ran a little bit long. I just really had to get you this information. No offense or buts about it. So we got to get back on the road. Got to get back home. Got to do what we got to do. And I will see y'all in Orlando. I just want to see you and love on you and give you the information you need for you and your teams to get to the levels, to get beyond the levels that the leadership teams are at. Okay, this is y'all year. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Good night. God bless. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Coach Marcus. And thank you, Miriam, for definitely facilitating these calls for the people. I could not do it without y'all. I wouldn't want to do it without y'all. So y'all have a good night. We'll talk to y'all soon.